What's good, everybody? This is Moss Money here from the Money Pot Podcast. I am the president. I am the CEO. I am him. We are back to talk more basketball for our daily NBA betting series, player props and picks. And boy, cooked them yesterday. 3-0, 3-0 sweep on the day yesterday. That's what we like to talk about. That's how we like to start the week. So, what does that mean? That means if you've been following along, wins and losses, you would be up 15.6 units. What does that mean? That means you would be up $1,500 if you took $100 and you followed our bets. Wins and losses, you would be up 15 units, going on 16. Our goal was just to see where this went, right? That was the goal. And now the goal was to keep going and get to 10K. We're on our way. Not many games left, but we're still in the black. We're still up. We're still positive. So I will take it. Ones that we won yesterday. We won yesterday on called the upset with the Timberwolves. Boom. Then from yesterday, we went to we had the under and Butler. And then the third game was off the top of my head. Come on, Denver. We hit on Denver. So just brought in my guy, worst gambler I know in a great way. My guy Renzo. 3-0 sweep yesterday, boy.
Hey man, let's get it, man.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Let's get
Yeah.
it.
3-0 sweep, man. So we right back at it. Looking at today's slate, there's been so much going on in like sports, right? Like the combines picking up, the whole crazy thing about Jalen Carter and what's happening, how that news just drops like a month, like a couple days right before the combine. So everything's been nixed. And then you had Gardner Johnson from the Eagles. That thing about him talking about Sirianni. I mean, not Sirianni, about Gannon. What else is going on? Ben Simmons getting shut down. The Phillies about to start today with Painter on the mound. There's just a lot of sports going on, especially in this town right now, which is just kind of crazy. But we got to stay focused, man, and get right back to the game. Like I said, 3-0 sweep yesterday. Let's keep it quick. Let's keep it simple, man. Let's keep the heater going. What you looking at today? The first thing that jumped out to me is the Sixers. I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, I know Durant is back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then who got shut down? Ball. Ball got shut down. Yo,
Mm-hmm.
what they did with the Ball boys is incredible, but
Mm-hmm.
they not are they, I'm hard to say they're not living up to the hype,
Well, Lamelo crazy.
right? But I mean, he's such a good player, but they all be getting hurt. Both balls.
Yeah, yeah,
Like they're injury prone almost.
yeah, yeah.
So it's just like, but I mean, where they came from and where they're going. I mean, from where they came from and where they got to,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, their dad was a big part of that, and
Mm-hmm.
one of the reasons why they're in the NBA, right? Now, if not the reason why they're in the NBA, two
Mm-hmm.
out of the three. But
Mm-hmm.
man, like the fall is starting to happen. Like, I mean, I don't know. Alonzo Ball might is he a career backup at this point now? He's been hurt like the last 2 or 3 years. And
Yeah.
LaMelo, this is the second time he's had to be shut down in the season. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, but look at
Is Lamelo out?
yeah, they shut him down.
Wow, that's big, man. You know what? I was going. They played the Phoenix Suns today, right?
Yeah, they play the Suns there. Appreciate you on the sweep, Don Don. Uh,
They played the Phoenix Suns today, right?
yeah, they play the Suns today.
You
They
know,
play
I
the
was when I first seen the line, I was liking the Hornets.
Hornets. Yeah, with the 10.
With the 10, just
Yeah.
because Phoenix, the rhythm with KD, they're gonna force it's a lot with that. But if
Mhm.
Lamelo out, man,
That's tough.
it's tough, man. They with Lamelo out, man, they gonna beat them boys by 10.
Okay.
Lamelo out, man, that might be a play. Maybe look at the under. Maybe look at the under. I don't know how he. When was the last time Lamelo played? He played the last game, right?
I think he played like 2 games ago. He fractured his ankle or something like that.
Uh,
Is what happened, and it just came out. I think it came out yesterday that they shut him down.
Was he?
You know,
Was he? I wonder if he played when they just played. I think he did play when they just played.
2 games. He played against the Pistons.
The Pistons. When they blew the Pistons, he played, right? He
Yeah, he
played.
played.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he
Okay.
got hurt. and they shut him down. He had a
Yeah,
fractured ankle and they shut him down for the season.
that might be a lock of the day right there. If they ain't got Lamelo, it's almost like the Thunder, who I don't know how they got. I had the under 139 last night. They scored
Yeah.
a bucket with 4 seconds left. Any scenario, I just don't know how you score without like your main player that way. And he facilitates the offense.
Uh-huh.
Man, I would look at Phoenix. I would look at that under or team total under. Phoenix don't score a ton of points either. And
Yeah.
with KD being inserted, you got to imagine that KD can be seamless. You got to imagine they probably take a little bit of time to get flowing with him. Um, I would look at that
Is
under.
he full goal? Is he a full goal today, or do you think his minutes will be
He's
restricted?
probably restricted too. So yeah, I would look at that under. I would imagine that under is probably like I didn't even look at it. I would imagine that under is probably what
Let me
like
see. Let's see where you at. What you got?
Phoenix versus the Suns. That under is probably like 226,
Ooh, close. 229.
227, 220. I was
229.
gonna say 230, 229. Yeah, that's a little high. That's a little high just because Phoenix can be under two. They could be under that whoever they play. They play decent defense, and Charlotte can't. They can't score even with Lamelo. Sometime I've been smacking they under even with Lamelo. So
He said they can't score with the ball in there.
yeah, so I don't know. That's an interesting game. I'm gonna dive into. And like you said, the Sixers, man. I mean, I think the Heat are favorite 2.5.
Sixers are
Um,
favorite by two.
Sixers are favored by 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I had the Sixers 2 days ago -6. Obviously, they didn't win.
Yeah.
I would be interested with Embiid's over under is.
All right. Well, let's. I'm looking on one screen, and I'm not even showing. I'm not even doing our thing. So let me bring it up real quick for the people in the back. Share the screen. Uh, let's see here.
It's got to be under 30 points.
Probably.
It's got to be. If it's not, you might have to scream it.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me. I think I moved too fast between my screens, and the drone kind of got stuck on me. I'm waiting for it to catch up. All right, there it is. So, appreciate you, Don. Yeah, we did the sweep yesterday. So, as always, do I think if the rumors are true, Jalen Carter career is done? No, it's not done. He'll get drafted more than likely. But it's definitely not done. The question is he a first round pick anymore? Now, if I'm the Eagles, if he's there at 30, I'm taking him. I don't think anybody's touching him in the top 15. I think he goes anywhere from 15 on, and it's got to be somebody who has 2 picks. So like Seattle is in play there. Detroit could be in play there. It's somebody who's got 2 picks because they got to take their guy first that they want, and then they'll take a flyer on him late. So that's where I would think he would fall. But I mean, there was a point where he was looked at the number 1 pick in the draft. That ain't happening. He's not gonna be top 5. So all right, let's go to NBA real quick. So the line is 10.5. Looks like that ticked up a little bit. Sixers right now, and I think you came out with this little gem yesterday, right?
I didn't take it, but I was
The gem
smart.
is that Embiid has only scored over 30 points maybe once against Bam, right?
Yeah, he hasn't scored at 30 points against the Heat since 2018.
He's at 29 and a half.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Last game 2 days ago, he was 32 and a half. That
Does that scream under to you, or you think he's right there?
I mean, it's tough, man. I mean, it's like it's right there. Like it's right there. I couldn't touch it at 32, so I definitely can't touch it at 29.
Right.
But if it was 31 today, I would have to just on principle.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at 29,
Just
I mean, he could
principle.
get to 30. I think it was such a big bet. Like it was a big bet. I think 2 days ago
Yeah.
that he probably got one of it. He's probably got a little motivation.
Yeah. I mean, I think because they lost 2 in a row,
Mm-hmm.
right? They lost to the Celtics, and now they lost to the Heat. Now they're going to play the Heat again. I mean, it's in Miami, so I like the Sixers in this game with the short line.
Yeah, Me too.
because Miami barely beat them. I mean, well, let's be frank, both teams barely beat them. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Tatum hit a game winner three, right? And then Embiid hit a game winner three, and then uh, Butler traveled during the spin move. They didn't call it, but he traveled and did a crazy, reverse layup to get it to go in. That was high off the backboard. And, he maybe makes that shot maybe four times or even maybe 50-50 shot. That shot goes in. I'm not going to take anything from Butler. And now the city's all complaining, right, that the Sixers are done. They can't beat nobody, and now they're going to run it again against a team that they are better than, with even a shorter line than they weren't at home. Because I think the line was, like you said, it was 6.
6. Yeah.
Now it's just a bucket.
I liked it. I like that. I think you're on to something.
You give me
I
the
like it.
Sixers. Give me the Sixers. I don't think they lose 3 in a row. And the way they lost both games, they were in both games. So, and you give me a toss up with the Sixers coming off 2 losses against a team that's 1-4 or 1-3 in their last 4 or 5
Mm.
against the Miami Heat. Because remember, Butler came out and said, "I'm tired of losing," and I think they lost 4 in a row. I'm tired of losing, and then they come out and get the win barely.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Sixers, easy,
Yeah, I agree.
easy Sixers game right there. Anything else? I know you said you didn't get a chance to really look at the slate. Obviously, Durant's going to be the big name, and that's an early game too. That's a 7 o'clock game. The name to look at. I wonder what his numbers are. It'll be interesting to see what they have him as, and it'll kind of give you a sense of if he's going to play the whole game or not, which I doubt.
Yeah, nothing. I ain't get honestly
He's at
haven't got a
20.
chance to dive into it, man. I'll dive into it before the games kick off, and
He's
you
he's
know,
at he's at he's at 20 points.
yeah, that means that he ain't gonna play that much. I like the under, and I like to look at that under. I'm gonna dive into, man. So I ain't nothing yet right now. I'm gonna dive into it, man. Right before the games, man. Have my picks out to the folks.
Yeah.
But right now, nothing on the radar outside those games we talked about.
Okay. Don Play says, "Would you take the Rosen under 24.5 points today? Please help." And then who do you pick in the Pelicans versus Blazers? I have $100. Help me pick a side. All right. All right. Now let's take one Joan at a time. Right. All right. Let's go back to the first play. We got you said DeRozan. Who are they playing? Oh, Pistons. Um, Obviously we know the Pistons are terrible. DeRozan, he's at 22.5. So the 24.5 line. The fact that DraftKings has it at 22, I'm not sure where you're seeing it for 24. So that tells me that if I'm on DraftKings, I'm taking the under at that point, because you got the 24, so you got a book that could be over leveraged, and I know that DeRozan hasn't had he's had some DeRozan type moments, but not all the time. Um, so let's look at that. He's still averaging 25. Let me see what his splits are real quick. And they're on the road, right? And he's averaged 24 points against Detroit. They played him twice already. Um, Averaging almost 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Let me see. And last couple games, he's had 13, 29, 7, 8, and 19. See, he's been all over the place for me. And I know, and I know he can get hot quick, and he's definitely obviously is a scorer. If he drops 50 or 45, people will just say, "Oh, that's just DeMar." Like, but in his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 games, he's only hit over 20 points twice. Now, before that, he went on a nice little run. He had 26 against Detroit in January, and then he had 22 in late December. The one thing I do notice in both these games is that Chicago scored a lot of points. First game, they scored 132. Second, they scored 126. So maybe might be looking at that game of the total points over. Seems like that might be a little bit trend. But for the move for DeRozan, if you're asking just for specifically this play, I would take the under here. And like you said, it moved to 23.5, right? So I would take the under here, but I would be looking at team total there for the Detroit for Chicago to be over. I wonder what their over is. I can take a look at that real quick. Their team total over. Let me see here. Team prompts. Then their over is 113.5. I would be looking over here. I think they get there. If it'll be close. It'll be like 111, 110, maybe even 112 miss, some BS miss free throw or something like that. But if you're looking for a side right gun to my head, what am I doing? I'm looking at the team total just because of the trend that they've scored almost 120 points in both games against Detroit. So, could they be due for a letdown? Eh, possible, but I'll go with the trend. Um, and then the next play is, yeah, Don. I say he always goes off against them. Take Zach LaVine. I like it. I like it. That's what we here for, y'all. If y'all on here and y'all got plays and y'all got a side, I don't look at every game. I take the ones that I feel like are the best EV plays for me. This is a game I'm not looking at, but just looking at it for face value, just to tell you what I see, to give you some more reassurance of what you're looking at, then yeah. And if somebody else has got a side, take Zach LaVine against the Pistons. Take a look at that. What has Zach LaVine done every game against the Pistons? Not this year, maybe even last year. Go back. What's his average? Things like that. So just dig a little bit deeper, and you'll definitely find a trend or something you can bet where putting your money on the majority side of the bet is going to help. And the other play is, who do you pick in the Pelicans and Blazers? I have $100 help me aside. So let's go back to, let's see what that number is on the Pelicans and the Blazers. So Portland is decent at home. I'll tell you that right now. I know that for sure. I'm trying to look at Portland. It's a short line though, -2. Injuries have been kind of the same. The Pelicans are 10-21 on the road. Portland 17-14 at home. And Portland is little kind of up and down at home a little bit in the month of February. It looks like they went just even 3-3 at home. Have they paid the Pelicans yet? Again, another game that I'm not really targeting. And that's just because I don't have a side. They played the Pelicans already early in November. They beat them by almost 10. Looks like that line a little bit short at -2. I wonder if anybody's hurt for Portland. It's coming down even more. It's at -1.5. So this is pretty much a pick. Um, hmm. Yeah, I can't help you on this one, bro. I would have to dig a little bit deeper on this one. Um, they were at Sacramento. So they're still on the West Coast, Houston, then Golden State, now back home. 10 o'clock slate game. Yeah, I don't have a side on this one. Nothing kind of sticks out to me that I would just say, oh, yeah, this is the play. So, yeah, this would be a no bet for me on this one. So if you can find, some plus value here, go ahead and shoot it out there. But I don't have a play on that one. Um, I don't I don't I'm not going to force a bet that I don't feel comfortable with just to give you the answer. So for me, it's a no bet. This is a stay away game for me because I just don't have a feel in the game. What plays I like today? So far, just like we talk about, what we usually do here is we talk about the bets we did yesterday. We talk about which ones stick out to us today, and we add, just make sure you're following, hitting a notification. If you check the video receipts, we put up shorts of our bets, and that's a way to keep a running count of how we're doing. And we just continue to hit 2 and 1, you know, 5 and 2 on the day, or 4 and 3, or we might have a losing day, 1 and 2s, things like that. But it's a way to show that we're not just up here just talking about the bets. We're putting our plays out there. We're adding the video receipts. If you look at the thumbnails that we put up for the show, they have the bets that we put in there. So I just want to make sure everybody knows we betting with y'all. We're not just betting just to tell you. We are betters in ourselves. A lot of people can say bet this and bet that, but they don't have receipts. Money Pop Podcast always does. That's how you know we for real. So if you like that and you bang with that, tell a friend and tell a motherfucking friend, man, and go bang with us. All right. So the plays we do like, before I got in that little tangent, I definitely on the Sixers today. I really like the Sixers today. I said it earlier, short line. This line is dropping a little bit. It looked like it just switched, and now it's favored Miami. It was favored the Sixers. I really like the Sixers here. A lot of public panic. Sixers lost twice in a row. Look at the way they lost if you watch those games. Miami is all of a sudden just going to get a heater against one of the best teams in the East at the top 3 position. I don't think so. Give me the Sixers. I like the Sixers right there. And then the other game that Renzo, he had to go, but he likes Phoenix at minus 10.5. LaMelo Ball is out. He's shut down for the series. So he was looking at Phoenix, and he's really looking at the under here too as well. He didn't get a chance to kind of get some of those plays out, but and kind of look at it. But we'll make sure we'll get all the plays out before the slate hits. We got college basketball too as well. We had Butler on the under yesterday, so we did well in that. We'll come right back and fire again. So make sure, like I said, man, if you guys haven't followed, go ahead and follow us. Ask anybody in the chat, if you're on the chat with other people, what we about, and people will follow us. We win. I mean, there's no really thing about it. Do we lose? Absolutely. Everybody loses at this game, but we consistently win. We give consistent winners, and we show you how we do it. So if you can go back and look at it, oh, I missed the joint, but I know how them boys from Money Pot, I know how they look at games and how they do it. Let me see if I can replicate it. That's what it's about at the end of the day. We want to make sure that everybody winning. It's not just about us winning, but everybody winning, and it's just better when you win with each other. That's when it's really, when you get money with your peoples, that's when it's for real. So for myself, for everybody joining, thank you for being on. This is Money Pop Podcast. This is Moss Money. Like I said, make sure you guys stick around. Not stick around, but make sure you hit the subscribe button. We will drop the plays of the day for later today on our shorts. So this is Nate. This is I was about to put my government out there. This is Moss Money. This is Money Pop Podcast. I'm out.